right, good afternoon. I hope the 2025-26 school year is off to a terrific start. I'm happy to be able to share some very positive news with our students and families. Following a rather lengthy application process, the Berlin Central School District has been approved by the New York State Education Department to offer an exciting new educational opportunity called the Civic Seal of Readiness. So today I am joined by two gentlemen to speak more about the Civic Seal and what it means for our students. To my left, the driving force behind this work is social studies teacher Mr. Erik Viner, and to his right or left here, right, would be Mr. Bob Gould, who is a social studies teacher and department chair in our building. So gentlemen, welcome. I have a few questions today regarding the Civic Seal. Mr. Viner, if you wouldn't mind starting off, can you tell us more about the Civic Seal? What does it really mean for our students and families and community?
So for our students, family, and community, what this means is we now have a new opportunity to provide pathways for graduation, but also for our students to get engaged within the community. It's part of the government economics. We've taken it, we put it into one course instead of two classes throughout the year, and now because it's this way, this curriculum's been developed, it's not so much about the civic knowledge as it is the civic participation. Getting our people out into the community, volunteering, working with people, and hopefully expanding those connections amongst our students, families, and communities.
Awesome. So I heard you talk about the community. It sounds like a really important part of this seal we'll probably talk more about as well. Mr. Gould, speaking of community and civic mindedness, tell us more about what it means to be civic minded.
Well, that is all about community. So to be civic minded, you're more engaged in the community. When you have a more larger investment in the community and more engagement, we're going to have, more engaged students. We're going to have a community that sees the school and the students out in the community. Our ultimate goal here is to have kids solving problems and working together.
So speaking of goals, can you touch more upon the main goals of the Civic Seal of Readiness and offering this? Why are we offering this to our students?
Well, I think that this is an excellent opportunity to expand what we can do here, but also we have kids who are going to college and we have kids who want to go straight into the workforce. This is a way for both ends of our spectrum there to achieve the highest possible effort and things that they can achieve. This is a way for them to get out there and meet people, whether it's trade unions and plumbers and HVAC, and succeed there, and also for our kids to get the bells and whistles so that way they can apply to places that are outside of just the SUNY system, applying to colleges and universities that are considered some of the best in the nation.
And it's going to enhance teaching and learning. So our students are going to be more engaged every day. It should work wonderfully in our community.
So we talk about engagement, I hear authentic learning experiences, all students can be involved in this. So does this mean that we can expect more partnerships within the community? How's that going to look in terms of real world application?
Well, if I may, it means the days of kind of doing your volunteer hours as a senior, getting in the community, and just moving wood for grandma or shoveling the driveway, while important, aren't the main ways we're going to achieve that. This is getting connected with people who do important work in a structured manner. It's about getting those learning experiences from somebody who knows something and can really connect you in a broader scope.
And we've already started building some of those relationships. We've been in contact with some of our local politicians, whether it's Congress members or senators. We're actively working with different groups in the community. So I think what you're going to see is students graduating from here with a better all-around knowledge of exactly what they can do.
So let's talk about in terms of students. Which students are going to be impacted by the seal right now, and which students in the future maybe offer this opportunity?
Well, right now, Mr. Viner has an excellent group of seniors who are working through a mixed curriculum of economics and government. And what we've done is we've actually combined those two courses into one set curriculum. And what we're seeing is those students are already starting to thrive. Now in the future, that's going to be mixed with some juniors that are going to become our focus, juniors and seniors, and then eventually 9 through 12, and then eventually the intention is to go 7, 12, and then hopefully, and now we're looking a few years down the road, we're going to have engagement in the elementary school.
So students will be able to engage in activities as early as possibly elementary, certainly middle school, which will count towards the Civic Seal upon graduation. So when they graduate, they'll have like an endorsement, or what will they look like with our students when they actually graduate?
So it's built into like the middle school curriculum as well. Like there's a middle school capstone project, so that we can then go and count as points for their high school, so that when they get out and they're finally graduated, that work they've been doing for years counts all the way through to graduation.
And they should see a connection. They should see a connection, and that connection should build each year.
Awesome. So for many people, this is the first time they've heard about the seal. If I'm a parent, where can I find more information about this seal, what it means for my child and their education?
Well, they can always reach out to us here at the district. My email will be put up on the end of this video. They're more than welcome to email me, particularly if there's somebody who has an opportunity for our students, library directors or camp counselors, stuff like that. But also, if they want to take that extra initiative, they can go to the New York State Department of Education website. There's a search bar. They can type in Civic Seal right there, and it provides the handy, like the handbook and also like examples. So it's all right there for them to go through.
Awesome. And I also believe that our website is going to have additional information. In fact, we're going to have a whole corner on there just for the Civic Seal for our families. Ms. Tereski, our communication specialist, has been managing that website and doing a great job, so please look for more information there. Mr. Viner, Mr. Gould, thank you for joining me today to talk about the Civic Seal of Readiness. Thank you for the work you've already done to bring this pathway to Berlin for our students. As a former social studies educator myself, I'm excited to know that our students will have new opportunities to be able to engage with the community and authentic learning experiences. So thank you for preparing them and for everything you're going to do with this new initiative for our district. Thank you for joining me today. And to our families and our community, I say, go Mountaineers.